little scruffy for big face. Honestly, hey, how do you feel about a 5-minute break so I can shave my stubble?
No.
It's gonna be like 2 seconds. Ooh, what's up, people?
Hey there, squishies.
The stream's gonna be somewhat bittersweet.
Hear me. Hear me now and believe me forever, okay?
Yeah.
I want the sun when he comes out and has all the things around him with the balls that are planets that are the original 10 strong rules.
Okay, what chapter is this?
Let's say that it's chapter 224. Also, why does Roxanne think that we stopped at 225 when the thing on the display said we stopped at 231?
You read all the way?
I read to 230.
Yeah, I read to 220, dude. Remember, our plan was we were going to read just to 220 and then live read the rest after talking about 220 because everyone wanted our live reactions.
Listen, I tried to get a hold of you and I couldn't, so I went to the
What do
thing
you
and
mean
it
you
said,
couldn't? I've said this so many times.
I know so much more than you.
You know so much more than me. I only read up to 220. It was such a good ending. I was like, damn, what a great choice everyone made.
Oh God, that's hilarious. Oh, everything before 221 is boring.
What?
In comparison?
I don't know what happens after. We had a dance competition. We recruited Unchased, adopted Bunny.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I've made a choice. I've made a choice.
Yeah?
Go to 219, page 19.
All right.
I'm so excited for you, Drawk. What a big day. I didn't read all the chapters. I left 2.
Yeah.
Anyways, I chose the picture. Why aren't we drawing it? It's so good.
We are in very different boats all of a sudden. So I think what has to happen now for this to work, we have to start with the live read and talk about all of it at once. Never mind. Maybe people want the chance for you to be a Jin and hold things over me as we talk about the beginning.
Huzzah. I know so much. I know so much.
But now here is the thing. The one episode we ever did where you got to know things some people didn't because the first half was for anime onlys.
Yeah.
I had to stop and catch you because you were going to spoil the anime onlys. So how difficult is it going to be for you to not spoil me?
Hey, I can be trusted. I'm a vault.
Sure.
Vault.
So we start with the story of recruiting Unchased. Can I be honest? I love this section and I don't quite understand how it resulted in recruiting Unchased. It starts in 209, it goes to like 214 to 213 something.
Jesus, we're going to 209?
That's where we started.
This is such baby stuff.
Look, guys, the part she said doesn't need to be a huge spoiler if I don't think about it, because it could have just been like a representative thing, not the reality. You know, it could have been like thinking about him, like, hey, we're talking about Sun and the rules, so here's just a shot of him.
Wish we were drawing that.
Yeah, it does feel like they kind of kidnapped her at the end. Like, I'll be real, I loved this section, but I don't understand why we consider this to be successfully recruiting Kururu, because like we mostly focus on solving the problem of Fuuko's soul container, and then we're like, and now we're kidnapping this woman. She no longer works for Soul anymore, I guess.
And ew, how much her father smoked was kind of nasty. I don't think she killed her parents on the plane. Her dad was within days of dying of lung cancer anyway.
I guess, yeah, she achieved her dream of defeating her rival is what happened, but also like, I don't know, man, Soul did that, not them.
We're on 209?
Yes.
Nah, let's go to 210.
What do you mean?
That's me breaking a hinge.
I do love that idea of, yeah, your power is unhinged, like we said, but it doesn't make you crazy or other people. It just, you destroy all hinges.
Anything with a hinge on it.
All right. Fuuko's mom being clumsy is cute. Her parents are adorable. I love them both.
Yeah, her parents are fine. I wish he didn't smoke.
People are allowed to smoke.
I smoked for years, but now all I can do is smell him like he smells stinky now.
I mean,
okay, the walk up of the 90s group and we need to get rid of these bags and they all walk up.
This takes place in like 2005, right? This section.
I know, but they look like a 90s group. Look at them. I'm wearing a blazer without any shirt underneath.
It does feel very 90s, but like, oh, it's currently 2015. I thought it was 2005. I misremembered a 10.
Oh, 215. And she hasn't been born yet. And she's supposed to be born when?
Well, yeah, because everyone's time they were born is different this loop, remember?
Oh, yeah, yeah. You know what they look like? They look like the band Poison.
Hey, I have a great question for you that comes from things in this loop.
What is it?
Why can't Andy's soul container be broken? Oh, wait, you probably know.
I know a lot of things.
Yeah, because here I am being like, wow, a mystery. Andy has a soul vessel that can be used infinitely, that he just gets stronger and stronger, whereas Fuuko's use of her soul vessel is destroying her. He wasn't born, exactly. His soul vessel was created by God because he is Adam.
Hey.
Yeah, and you know it for sure, for reals.
Hey, I didn't say anything.
So that's my theory, is that his soul vessel was made by God instead of mortal parents. It's basically indestructible. Or maybe made by soul.
We don't say things to people who haven't read things. Also, Drawk, I don't know. I don't know why things happen. Things happen weird. He doesn't know that, brother. Come on, Brother Onion. He's just decimating.
Everyone's ages are all over the place in this loop. Yeah, that's true.
You gotta be
Guys,
nice
no
to Drawk. He reserved himself.
How much good conversation did you miss?
None.
A lot of what just happened.
Mostly people just getting mad at me for being such a great reader.
For being such a great reader?
I'm just doing my thing out here. I got my reading done.
You sure did. Hey, someone said they don't know if they can keep up with us doing Berserk earlier, and I just came up with a very funny idea. What if we make our goal to do the cheerful review of Berserk, where we highlight all the positivity, and we come in with like a cheerful tone every time?
If we're the lollipop, gumdrop, sprinkles, sparkles, and unicorns of Berserk.
Yeah, we keep up just like a really positive tone through the entire series.
Can I try it? Hi there, everyone. Today, 5 people had their faces ripped off. Let's talk about these chapters of Berserk.
Guts was sent into the endless torment dimension. I think that this is a really valuable learning experience.
He's going to come out changed in such a positive way.
I just made that up, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, you have to delete your art.
Bop, it's gone. You know what? I want to do a close-up anyways.
I'm much happier. Thank you.
We're going to be your lighthouse. We're going to be a guiding light to take people through the darkness.
Today on Berserk, you will leave feeling better.
That is absolutely it. Anyways.
Here's what happens. He's smoking his butt off, and she comes in and is like, you're gross. And he's like, come on over, Fuuko. Ew, no, don't do it, Fuuko. And then she's like, you're a big old coward, you big old coward. And that was a good idea of her since she was going see-through.
Yeah, just get in the way. I love Soul being like, wow, I thought she'd be passive. That was my hope. And all the other rules are like, have you met this bitch? What the What's wrong with you?
I think he thought that she was going to go in her usual Fuukonian way and just be like, yeah, I'm just going to take this slow and kind of build.
No,
and
that's not how she does it in the slightest. She's always incredibly upfront, direct, and blunt.
In this life, but she even admitted that she couldn't play it safe. So she even took it a step further.
Yeah, I love Change being like, what, you think there's a chance she'll fail? And he was like, well, not really, but like, she might.
I think it was really good to see that she actually could sing since she sang so bad in some of those. But it was just the same thing that we did before with the like, you make the soup for the taste of the person you're serving it to. That Fuuko did seems to have been inherited from her mom. Because you remember when she was like, a thing that you did that used to be so good when you made your soup when I met you is that each one of your pieces of soup were the delight of the person you gave it to. It wasn't necessarily the best to everyone in the world, but it was made individually. And then Fuuko taught him that. But then we find here that Fuuko's dad is saying that, oh, I've said the word Fuuko's dad, mom so much, it's starting to make no sense. That Fuuko's mom sings that way, that she sings for the person in front of her and not for a crowd. And so her thoughts and ideas and her voice are trained for the person who's listening. What do we call them? What's their couple name then?
Kraid.
It's Kraid.
Kraid is the couple name. It's Kaede. Kaede. We're so good at this. Fuuko, I love the bluntness she pulls people into. I love the moment where she's like, okay, so we need to get you so good and we need to get the people behind you so good, right? And her mom's like, sure. And she's like, all right, move. All right, I teleported you to an ultra lab. Are you ready for hyper cool training that might kill you? And her mom's just like, sure.
She literally just dropped her through the floor too. It wasn't even like the kind of thing where they walk through something or fly somewhere. She's just like, floor open, drop. And you're like, wow, that's abrupt.
I feel like Move is so much more willing to do things for Fuuko. Yeah. And here's what I've figured. We've been talking about how the reason Fuuko's so good at working with people is she understands what they need.
Yes.
Why was it that Move didn't want to get involved sometimes and did other times? It was because Move found some things boring and some things exciting. Every time Fuuko uses Move, she makes it interesting and unexpected, which is why I think Move seems so much less stubborn to work for her than he did for Juiz.
So you thinking that Move is just like, I like your style.
I genuinely think this is Fuuko being Fuuko and getting Move more on her side by being like, I know what you want. You want some crazy shit. You want when I use you for it to be madness. All right, Move.
It's kind of cool. I like that. Makes Move feel like seen.
Yeah.
Also, Fuuko does that thing, like if you say nice things to people and you tell them, I have so much faith in you because I know what you're capable of and I know that you can do this, that people are like, God damn, okay. Whereas if you are like, you need to do more, blah, 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 that doesn't actually get the best out of someone. They'll give you stuff, but they're not going to give you stuff at the way that Move is giving Fuuko. I don't know what it is about Soul in this thing. We'll talk, but Soul's annoying me.
Soul, hear me out. Soul was the only Uma created by Luna, right? I think Soul doesn't want to be a bad guy and just feels like he has to because he's an Uma. He strikes me as a guy who's doing his best to be a villain because he's like, yeah, this is my role, is to be bad. I'm bad. No, guys, for real, I'm so bad guy. Like, it doesn't feel like his heart's in it, you know?
Ugh, he's got such a creepy face.
So, like, because Sean's name is supposed to be a pun, looking like seen since he's unseen, should it be pronounced as seen? Well, let me say something. I'm not going to take away the pride of every Sean out there, which is that their name is spelled dumb. I'm not going to take that from the Seans of the world.
Do you mind if we move into the story a little more?
Yeah.
Focus. I also hate when Blondie comes up above and is like, I'm so amazing. I'm going to make everyone love me. Ugh. But here's what I hated even more. Where the hell did a goo come from? Why did we suddenly have a goo?
Well, here's what's important, right? She sent other people, such as Creed, on the mission to save Bunny from the orphanage, and they succeeded. They had an incredible plan, and the plan was adopt a bunny, and they did it, and now that's solved.
Okay, so you hear me then. We're just hanging out, and all of a sudden they're like, let's take a quick look at this.
Tatiana, we're not going to force your arm, 13-year-old who can't survive without our medical intervention because you aren't able to feed yourself without our help. We're not going to twist your arm. Hey, 6-year-old orphan, we're adopting you to fight God.
Exactly. I was like, what the shit's going on here? Yes.
How'd it go last reality? You boiled to death as the first casualty of the war.
God.
Boiled alive in a bunny costume soup.
God. It's so wrong.
Holy shit. Billy in the previous timeline was like, yeah, I'm making an evil terrorist organization to overthrow reality. Okay.
And I'm taking a goo.
I brought this 6-year-old child in a bunny onesie.
What's going to happen with a goo? Has a goo got something special we don't know about?
Yeah, we don't know about because both of us are equally in the dark. For all I know, you've already seen a bunny go Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan. If she was Super Saiyan, she would piss off and realize she's 6 and go back to the orphanage. But she's clearly not Super Saiyan. I hate Unchased. I hate Unchased so much.
As a power or as a girl?
I don't care about the power. I just hate this chick. Wait a minute. Stop. Are you in love with her because she's problematic?
No, she's the wrong type of problematic. She's not fun.
Okay. I just needed to make sure before we went into this.
Unchased arc for you is one of the worst in a long time. Here's the issue I have with it is I really like it. All of it. I really love all of it. I actually felt it was really good and fun and cute and I had a great time with it. And like the ending feels like nothing. Like it just feels like they're all like, well, I guess bye.
So anticlimactic.
I don't think it's that bad of an arc throughout the rest of it, because I think what people are forgetting is like a lot of arcs of Undead Unluck, not the ones where you fight a big bad guy, but a lot of these cute side arcs feel kind of like just meandering and cute and funny for a while, and then they close all together with a beautiful ending that ties together every thread into something wonderful that makes you go, oh, this is also meaningful to everyone involved. And this was the first arc since the 101 that didn't have that ending to make all these little cute things feel meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah, her committing to joining the Union being off screen is crazy. It just felt like, wait, when did she stop being evil? When did she stop working for Soul?
That's what I was trying to tell you. I went back and reread 2 chapters on top of all the other reading I did. I want you to realize what a superhero of reading I am. I went back and read 2 more because I was like, I must have missed something. Why is the 6-year-old bunny just shoved in here? Like, for no reason.
I'm fine with Bunny just being adopted.
No, because if this bunny is so important that it has to be a part of it, and if this bunny is going to have some power that's so worth having it here, and if everybody else was given the ability to know what was taking place and then make a choice, And then we're like, but let's do the bunny off camera.
But not even that. Unchased committed to joining the union off screen.
Right, that's true. And you're just like, ew.
She was just suddenly on the cloud. Oh, it's that her suit that she can control contains the Uma cores. That's why Bunny's important. Look, let's be honest. We have Unchained.
I don't care. At least let me see you say like, hey, Bunny, you want to be a part of this? And have Bunny be like, a part of what?
And then the 6-year-old goes, I've always dreamed of killing God.
You'll never get another chance like this. I'm convinced that I can bring you on. Da, 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 da. We're friends. Join me. I did like that little moment because it was like, okay, now you do see that she could have just joined and she was a chicken shit. And I know what some people are going to say. Oh, leave Fuuko's mom named
Kade.
because she's so wonderful. No, she was a chicken shit. She should have just gone with her friend to begin with, but she said that she could feel the drifting amount of their skills.
But then her friend was like, you are better than me. So clearly that was just insecurity.
Yeah, exactly. So her friend is saying like, no, you have something that I don't. And if she had gone with her,
they could have pushed each other forwards, made each other better, not caused her to work
and
for
instead
soul.
she was like, I'm not good enough. No, you're a chicken shit. If we're going to be honest, that's what's going on here.
Stop being a little coward.
Your daughter did not inherit your bravery, thank God, because otherwise the world would end.
I mean, she didn't inherit either of her parents' bravery because he's also a coward. Maybe she did, and she just worked really hard. She just worked really hard to overcome it.
She's kind of the Usopp of heroes.
The stretch of manga feels like Tezuka was getting nervous. People were getting tired of the recruitment arc and wanted to move things along. I guess, yeah.
Whatever. I just think that there should have been another reason that she didn't go with her because it just made her weak. And then somehow Fuuko came from these two weak, retired people who were just too weak to even like each other out loud.
Look, not everyone needs to be an exceptional superstar, and I think we've been seeing all of our negators be exceptional superstars, and there was something kind of nice about just her parents being normal people with, like, insecurities. I mean, her mom's, like, world's best singer or whatever, but...
Her mom's a massive insecurity. So's her smoking-ass dad.
I think this section was close to being great, but it just, like, it didn't wrap up in this beautiful little bow like everything else seems to.
I was really amazed that Cloud Boy...
Sean?
Yeah, Cloud Boy. How come I've never noticed that his hair in the front looks like a pot leaf?
What? Yeah, a little bit.
Not in every shot, but in lots of them, it really does. Them going back and forth and fighting with each other was amazing. I did not like it that she won the whole audience over and got like 100-0. Boo.
I mean, look, she's unchased. You have to love her.
Whatever. I like the way that you have to love her. I like that they described it as being her overriding your memories or layering your memories and things that are important within her. So you feel like it's her.
And then the reason it didn't work on the guy was because he didn't love Fuuko's mom Kade for being her. He loved her for how she looked at everyone else. Like, it was a part of her that was placed on her interactions with the world around her, which made that feeling impossible for Unchased to hijack, which is very cute.
I really like that. And I know the whole point was just to make Fuuko's body strong again and blah, blah, blah. So none of that really bothered me. I was like, meh, but
yeah,
you're exactly right. It was going places. It was interesting. It was super worthwhile. We needed to strengthen Fuuko's body so that she could like be kind of awesome for this whole thing. And then they were like, you know what we are? Finished. And I was like, what now? That's it? Like that's it?
Hey, you want to see how finished we are? Off screen, Kururu joined the union and decided like this was worth committing to. She changed her path. Okay, she's on the cloud now. Yeah, she's heading with us. Hey, you want to know how finished we are? What? Off screen? Bunny dealt with. This is the equivalent of that surgery that had a 300% mortality rate. This is an arc that had like a 300% conclusion rate.
Exactly. It was so weird because usually when we're seeing things, it's all on screen. So I was like, how close are we to the end that you're trying to like push everything off screen? It was weird. It was a weird arc for me.
Sean was weirdly pretty good this arc. He did a good job at inspiring confidence and love out of Fuuko's dad. So good job, Sean.
Okay, now I'm going to go all the way to the end of this thing and just say the following things.
Yep.
Tatiana's arc.
Yep.
Meh.
Yeah, her arc was meh. I liked it. It was fine and good. I liked the work they put into making Tatiana feel loved and get her dream. It was nice.
No, her dream was to be the modeliest model in ModelVille.
Yeah, her dream was to run a specific show. It was the big show. She wanted to wear all the most beautiful clothes. She wanted to do a good job. She wanted to do
the very best pose of all time. As a person who's modeled, like that wouldn't be a goal. Like walking the show would be a goal.
I mean, a great photo, the photo you're proud of at the biggest show? That feels like something.
I mean, a photo you're proud of, sure, but
Look, I gotta be honest, Sean, most of the time when he's doing these little bits, it doesn't feel like it has as much impact as it does here. I've seen Sean doing his cute little stuff with people. He's been a nice boy, but I don't know, like I'm feeling him more in this little section, in this little slice of the manga.
okay, I'm already moving forward because I want to get out of this. Look.
Tatiana likes Cartoon Panda.
No, because then when people come around and Fuko's like, can I help you with this? And she's like, yes, you may. Now leave me. I must prepare for my show.
Let a 13-year-old be selfish.
Ew, she's 13 and modeling this way?
I think so. The world's weird.
Ew, that's grosser.
They said she's 130 centimeters. There's no way she's more than 13. That's so short.
130 centimeters is so short.
Yeah, that's like 4'8" or something.
You think I'm beautiful now. Just wait till you see me in the show. Nah. I just expected so more out of Untouchable. She is such a cool character and so kick-ass.
Oh my god, it's so much shorter than I thought. I thought it was 4'8". It's like 4'3".
Yeah, no, I'm 188 centimeters or 183. Wait, what am I?
100 and something.
No, in the 80s. She's so tiny that how would they see her on the runway?
Probably because there's no one else on the runway when she's on the runway. Let's be real about something here, though. 13's like a preteen, not like a real teenager. She's baby.
Yeah, they shouldn't be letting 13-year-olds model at this. I am not overthinking this. You're underthinking this.
I think the issue is if her big obstacle is that she can't be touched, you had very limited things to make her dream that it could be counteracting because it either had to involve physical touch or clothing, really.
I suppose. She's just such a kick-ass character afterwards that this whole section to me was so mid as a backstory to her awesomeness. Like, think about how incredible her power is, what an impact she had, how mentally together she was, and then think about this. I did like that the whole mascot thing with the good luck hat kind of pulled on Untouchable's love for Unluck. That was cute. It was cute. But then Untouchable was like, you should have never come out of your costume, and chastised her. And I was like, this is...
Look, there's a mascot oath. It is a betrayal of the office of mascot to remove your costume in front of people.
I agree. But like a 13-year-old chastising someone feels, I came back to keep my promise. They hug and it's amazing. Let's be friends, Tatiana. And you're like, that is such a sweet moment. And then you change over and no matter the reason, when you don this mascot, you make someone's dream come true and you took it off. And I was like, come on, I'm going to need you to take it down.
I agree with you guys. It felt like a joke to me. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was cute. I think you're coming in as an enemy of this section. That was all I was allowed to read because you're comparing it to what comes after.
I'm allowed to not like things.
I like them working together. I like the plan they had to hold her powers at bay. I thought that was good. I think Fuuko was impressive being like, make me visible again. You get out of here. I'm going to talk to her if I need to do this. And Sean being like, you'll die.
No, I just think that this modeling arc was one of the least good. I liked the ending part because it had a lot of like great imagery, but I find it difficult to take it seriously when she's just posing and her dream is
modeling
posing.
Modeling arc did make me think of something. A new critique I have with this series, while not the least drippy shonen for sure, because that's My Hero Academia, and I will fight to the death to defend that My Hero Academia is the least drippy shonen. I feel like this series is not that drippy. Like the outfits don't feel like, damn, that's a fit that often. And I felt that the most because the modeling outfits didn't feel like someone was drawing a beautiful interpretation of outfits that they had imagined because they really care about fashion and style. They felt like they were really well drawn from reference. And that's like a pretty minute thing. The art was still very, very good, but it didn't feel designed to me or interpreted. It felt like they were drawn pretty deliberately from reference, whether or not that's true. No. The hero outfits are fine because they're from Hero. Look at how everyone in My Hero dresses in their downtime. They just look like the most boring people. Every single one of them. Like even when people are wearing streetwear in Dragon Ball, they look great. Everyone's downtime outfit in My Hero is atrocious.
Do we see Fuuko get her teeth back? Because she walks right into the untouchable zone and she loses her two front teeth.
Maybe that's a cartoony bit, or maybe that's like surgery or something that they do.
Pretty amazing that Fuuko was able to go into the little circle of nonsense and push herself in and lose her teeth. That's pretty incredible. That's my own way of repaying you as your best friend. That part, I was like, uh-oh, don't you already have a best friend right now?
Who are you talking about?
What do you think I'm talking about?
Undead? That's her boyfriend. It's different.
No, not her boyfriend. Don't be a ridiculousness. Unchanged.
You're talking about Rip? I don't know. Rip's not really best friend with you.
No, unchanged.
You're talking about Creed? Like, I guess they were boxing mates, but like.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put my finger up your nose. Her and Gina are the bestest of best friends already, and she's already said that she's being there specifically so that she could be like her best friend and her right-hand person, and then she's like, we are best friends, and I was like, don't let Gina hear that.
I think it's more like Gina's been your best friend of this loop, and you're repaying your best friend of the last loop. Like, this was your best friend.
Yeah, I would agree. She's gonna have to have co-besties.
Look, each lifetime you live, you get one best friend. That's how it works. This is my best friend, Tatiana. We like to talk. I mean, yeah, there's nothing else you can do. You're not braiding each other's hair for sure. Just try to braid that girl's hair. It is not going to work.
And I've talked about this before, like braiding each other's hair is a way that you can tell best friends.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you cannot braid Tatiana's hair. It is exclusively used as a censorship measure.
You can't braid either of their hair.
Yeah, Fuuko's hair will kill you. You will
So
die.
legitimately, they cannot braid each other's hair.
They can't braid each other's hair. Oh my God, you're so right. It is a best friendship where they definitely can't. One of them literally, and one of them because you'll die.
And yet here they are, best friending it up. Good for them.
Without a hair braiding to be seen. Dude, it's tragic. I didn't think about how brutal it was. Hey, if we're talking about hair, we got to jump ahead because I want to talk about how, first of all, how hyped did you get from Unlucky Bullet Knit Cap 210?
Oh my God, that was incredible.
Because you know what she's summoning with 210 years of bad luck, and also,
my
fuck,
God,
the Undead Unluck Bullet. Oh God,
incredible. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have to like this arc. Not every arc is the best. I hated Drum Island. I'll stand behind that until the end of days.
Drum Island kicks ass.
Drum Island can suck a donkey.
It has Wapple, the guy who will fuse the Straw Hats into a super weapon.
Stop talking about Wapple like he's a real person. And then we go forward in this one, and you come right out of an arc that I was like, meh, that was mid. Boom, knit cap 200. And I was like, oh my God.
Left glove 200. Knit cap 210.
That was incredible. You know what? I wonder too, though, if there was a reason for the last arc to be a little mid and a little down, because again, foil. I mean, everyone's always talking about foil. If you had put it against something that was so hype, maybe this one wouldn't have felt as hype.
On the note of foil, I need to briefly say, if anyone likes Attack on Titan, tune into my Attack on Titan streams, because we did our brainstorming stream last night, and I realized Attack on Titan has one of the best foils for each other that I have seen in fiction. It's incredible. If you like Attack on Titan, watch that. Anyways.
A tactical mid. So it almost could be that it was supposed to be a tactical mid, because
I wouldn't even say tactical mid, but I would say it was tactically like sweet and simple and cute instead of intense and hype. Like, I don't think the writer would choose to have us feel like, yeah, the ending was kind of nothing. Like, I don't think that would ever be a writer's choice. I think that's a mistake you make by accident, because that'll happen. You can't be perfect all the time. However, I do think tone was intentional, you know?
And I don't think that writers are trying to make Disneyland every single time. Like, it's also about, like, some people just, you want ramen sometimes, you want a whole beautiful salmon dinner sometimes. I mean, because when we met Zhu again for the first time, and she was at school and she was an amazing swords person and blah, 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 I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, it's not something that I'm super into, but the way it was done pulled me in. When we went to the school and everyone took on roles, that pulled me in. But this one, I was just like, this one's not pulling me in.
I think modeling is something that this author doesn't understand the coolness of well enough to have sold us on it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Can we talk about how, like, so let's imagine you are in the union, right? And you are top, and you're looking at everyone and you're like, all right, so what's everybody's deal? I come from a long lineage of the world's greatest blacksmiths. Okay, rad. Yeah, I'm world famous model. Okay. Yeah, I was an up and coming famous actor before I lost the ability to do my thing because of like my ability. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. And then you look at a few people, you're top, and you're like, so I was like a kid who stole stuff. Shikara's like, I went to high school. Shui, you were just a high school student. Yeah, I was a high school student and world champion fencer. Cool. And you're just topping Shikara, like, cool, radical, great, awesome, sick. We're just some guys.
And yet I loved their stories.
I love their stories, but I feel like if you were sitting in the union and like you were the two guys who were before everything just teenage boys and everyone else was like a world-class something, you'd be like, rad, great. No, I just realized it's brilliant. This made me like it more because I need to stop. It's actually great because almost everyone who is a part of this, of course, they're the people who are best at them because these are the people who loop after loop, Juiz had determined were the best users she could find of each of their abilities. Same with Billy. He was killing people to find the best use of their abilities. Shikara being a letdown is so intentional because he was one that was never recruited by Juiz, never seen as important, and was going to be killed and replaced by Billy.
Yeah.
And that's also the case with Sean, where he was killed to be replaced by Billy. They are just people that Fuuko was able to find the meaning and power in, not people who are exceptional standouts. They were people that Fuuko was able to bring out the best of. That's why they are standouts as being a bit less over the top, immediately impressive than a lot of the other ones.
I love that.
Gina is an exception, where she also had a normal life and she was one of Juiz's choices.
Yeah, Gina was a little different. And so then the reason that this happened that way is because Fuuko was the one that gave them their strength and their promise and let them come to full actuality. That's pretty cool.
It totally makes sense that most of the users are exceptional, insanely talented people because they were handpicked by those people.
That is so cool. I've been trying to look for a pattern in it. So first of all, I loved that she held on and she put all of this power into her pieces so that it would have the bad luck over time. That was incredible.
Yes. It's also so cool that she was only willing to let go of these things that cover her and keep her bound when she was ready to bring back Andy and touch someone again, be close to someone again, have someone who made her feel safe opening up and not needing a protective layer.
Oh, cool.
And she's throwing it away as a weapon and to summon him. It's so symbolic and so tied in with the action.
It was so symbolic.
Oh, it's so powerful.
Today we complete the union with the return of my partner, Bad Bullet. Yes. Knit cap 210. Here it comes.
The left glove 200 meteorite shower, right glove 200 lightning storm.
Yep.
Then the Undead Unluck.
My Undead Unluck. And all of a sudden we see Andy's face just heading down towards. Like, yes.
Sick as hell, dude.
Good. That was amazing, but I don't want to lose that in this page, they've got the weird fuzzy area where she says Bad Bullet, and then there's a weird fuzzy area. Keep that fuzzy area in mind, okay?
Okay, I will, I guess. Jin shit. I love the chapter 1 callback. I love their relationship. I love how much Fuuko's developed, that she carried the series on her own without Andy this long. But like them reuniting feels so sweet, and I'm so impressed with her, and I'm so happy they're together. It's just it's beautiful.
But this is what I'm trying to say. Like, it is possible that, like, maybe not trying to be mid, but trying to be less exciting, less big moments.
I think it was trying to be gentle and simple. I agree with that. I don't think it was meant to be mid.
Because when you're coming into this arc, it's really important when you're going to bring Andy back that he pops off of whatever was beside it, because we have been waiting for Andy.
Yeah.
And then to see Andy with, and I don't know why Clothy was such a big deal to me.
Clothy was hype as hell, dude.
The idea that Andy was up there that entire time with Clothy on his body, keeping Clothy alive, attaching their souls together so that Clothy was also burning on the sun for all of this time, was just like the time these two spent together. The amount they leaned in, the fact that Clothy stayed was just wild to me.
I thought Clothy wasn't going to be in this loop. I thought Clothy wasn't making it.
I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, there's a face on his lapel. Hold me back from tears.
I had been loving Fuuko so much that I wasn't like,
oh, me too.
I wasn't like, yeah, we need him. But I think that made it more hype when he came back, because I was like, oh my God, Fuuko's become so great in her own right that we don't need our most powerful dude. I haven't felt like we're missing our biggest personality because Fuuko is that incredible now.
Yep.
And we still do get him back.
And when he comes back, because we already felt so satisfied in the reading of this, getting him was like, oh my God, thank you for the next leveling of this. Like, freaking cherry on top of a sundae. I just want to go to, oh God, I hate the 2 Umas that dude has got with him. Those things are so icky.
Blood and Shadow.
Blood and Shadow is so gross. Bleh. That's all I have to say about that. Moving on. Please teach me how to see with my ears. Nearly killed me.
Oh, poor Chikara. And Billy's like, yeah, bud. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so upsetting. And then Watching Fukuro ride on the cloud and move herself around while the fight was happening with Unruin, it was such a hype fight.
All of this was so cool.
Except for the blood clot, it made me vomity sick just to think about that.
You giant ball of hardened blood to destroy Tokyo.
Oh, God. Oh, God, that was gross.
Man, people never want to destroy any other Japanese city. It's like New York. It's like, I guess I could go to Kyoto, or the issue is I started to list places and I realized very quickly the issue is when you start to list Japanese cities, you may start to name a name that has already had some mass destruction and you'll feel bad. But they do always just go to Tokyo. That is the destroy a city.
Especially if you're a lizard. Yeah. Or a mech.
I honestly don't know if there's a single character coming back that felt as hyped to me in all of One Piece as Andy coming back to Fuuko, because this is a 2 main character series and we got to have one of the main characters hold down the story for like a straight 15 chapters and then the other one hold down the story on her own for like 100 chapters.
It was wild.
And coming back to that was incredible. The only thing I would count as being as hype is potentially post time skip, the entire Straw Hat crew reuniting in Wano was incredibly hype. And even that I don't think felt as hype as Andy coming back to this. For one of the 2 protagonists to hold down a story on her own and make it as good as it's been, and then have the other protagonist return like this. Like, it felt incredible. But don't get me wrong, there were things Oda does better than this mangaka for sure. I think Oda does character introductions like no one else, but this has been my favorite character reintroduction in like all media. Bon Clay's reintroduction was fantastic. It was not Andy coming down from the sun to smash through an attack that was going to destroy the city.
In my 2 cents on this, when Andy came back down here, the other thing that was so amazing about it is, so there's twofold. The fact that he was gone, the fact that 80 chapters have been just her, and it's called Undead Unluck, not Unluck.
Sorry, this is actually Unluck and Friends.
And then he's not there. But on top of that, we know that it signals something very different when he comes back, because we know that he has been protecting them from the position that he was in.
Which means she wouldn't summon him unless she felt they were all ready to take this on. That it didn't matter that the rules were coming.
So not only is it his return, we know, okay, well, this is the flip. Now shit's going to get really
It's
real.
time for the offense. She doesn't give a shit.
Exactly.
It's over. She's got your number.
Yeah, we are coming up to end of days. We are coming up to the Union being whole again, and we are coming up to a big fight. And that's wild, because like they literally just like rang the bell and we're like, hope you're ready, readers. Here we are. And we were like, holy shit, it's Andy. Shit's going to get real.
Oh, man.
Question. Did you read 220?
Yes, 220 was hype as fuck.
Okay, so
can we be real? I love the disrespect Fuuko is giving Unruin, the man who killed her in the past loop, because she's just like, you're a little bitch. You're a stupid bitch. You mean nothing. You are a sign of my enemy's weakness, and I will crush you. Like, there is no respect for this man.
He basically says, like, can I just tell you a little secret, Rune? Can I come off to the side? You're Wish Andy. That's what you are. You're Andy if he was bought on Wish.
You're Andy from Temu.
Andy on sale at Kmart. When Zeller's closed down, you were still in the bin, bitch.
Oh, man.
It was fun for me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Do you know what is one of the grossest? You know how things gross me out a lot?
That happens.
This one was so gross and yet so good.
Blood clot's really getting at you, huh?
No. I moved off. It's the skin, undead skin. When she takes a whole side of the front of Andy's face and it has his like eye holes and mouth hole and like the tattered ends of the skin through his scalp, and she peels it off and puts them on him and goes, bad bullet, undead skin. And then, so that was her plan. But this isn't much contact time, so he just doesn't understand how much love that she has for Andy. And so it does like the biggest damage.
The combination that it is of using it to be like, yeah, we're going to control what the bad luck is because there's a giant attack coming at you and now you can't dodge because it is the source of unluck coming at you. That's so smart.
Yep. It was so brilliant. And this, you have the same ability as me. So why are you on this side? I'm sure you understand. Just accept it. I live by my own rules. Oh, yeah, you do, Andy. bloody hero. No matter what happens, that rule will never fade, even if it's up against God. Oh, I love this frickin' section. It was the greatest fight in Fightville. Flicking all his different pieces into the little ball. Oh, God, it was good. It was so well done.
It's so good. It's so good.
I liked this twice as much as I didn't like the modeling thing. I liked it so much. I must have reread some of these pages 2 or 3 times, being like, what the hell just happened here? That was so cool.
This is rad.
The biting off the finger thing is a really hard thing to get over. How many times he's like, just a minute, I'm going to bite the tip of my finger off and use it as a bullet.
I mean, look, you kind of got to get over that with Andy. His entire fighting style is dismemberment.
Handing her the tip of his finger. You're the one who turned that luck into fate. Oh, it was this. These lines here are my favorite lines in this thing. So I'm going to read them out. Mr. Nico, this you do, right? Oh, Shen and Mui. So what's the deal with them? Are they already an item? Thank you, Andy, for always living and never giving up. It started with you, Andy. If you were never born, then that was just dumb luck. You're the one that turned that luck into fate. Thanks to you, Fuuko, I have a rule within me now.
We objectively know he wasn't born because we know that Shui wasn't born. Although I guess Shui kind of did born him by shoving a memory card into her boyfriend's face. So
you know nothing, Jon Snow.
I do stand by that. I more and more love my biblical reading of this because Andy and Shui together managed to be both pairs that are the essential vectors you track Old Testament bibliology and New Testament bibliology from. Because think about it. They, as Victor and Shui, managed to be Adam and Eve, and as Andy and Shui, they are the Virgin Mary and Jesus. Isn't that so sick?
You're not wrong. That is pretty sick.
That's rad. I think I'm actually very smart and cool for noticing a smart and cool thing that a smarter and cooler person did.
Oh, God. They put those same fuzzy things over Andy's bits and pieces, over his twigs and berries, too. Those same fuzzy pieces we talked about. So just keep that in mind as well.
Okay. So here's my thinking, right? We do a top 5 now. We do other top 5 after we've caught up. So I'm going to start us off with the top 5 favorite characters for the 209 to 220 slice, the idol arc.
Andy.
Whoa. First, I think Andy and Fuuko, just because of the end here, both get to be S tier, right?
Can't we put Andy on the tier because he hasn't been around for so long?
Okay, he's in the tier list. Well, I'm going to put my first character in the top 5. It's important.
He's number 1. Andy's number 1.
What I will do first is very important. I think number 4 is Sean.
Number 4? You went from...
I've been thinking hard about it. I think he's earned a number 4 this time. I think his supporting role felt more important here because this was a less important section.
God. You're so mean to Sean. I have no beef with Sean.
I think he did good. I noticed his nice boy things that everyone's been telling me I should notice for the first time this time. And I felt really appreciative of him, of the work he put in. I felt like he was a good team player.
He was a good team player.
Oh yeah, Andy and Clothy have to share number 1.
I'll allow that because it makes sense. I'm going to put the band in at 3.
The whole gang that forms the band with like Tella and everybody.
Yeah, if we're talking about how much enjoyment I got out of it and how interesting they were, then the entire band is 3.
I think that is super reasonable. Whew. We have a lot of options. There's a lot we can do. I'm going to put Fuuko's mom at my number 2 spot because I think she was the best part of the idol arc by far.
I would agree. And I'm putting Fuuko's dad at 5.
Super fair.
And if I'm going to be honest, I liked Fuuko's dad more than Fuuko's mom.
I liked Fuuko's mom more, but that is fully understandable. I get it.
I don't think Fuuko's dad had as much of a role, but I think I was going to enjoy his character a lot.
My favorite minor character is the bodyguard who was confused at why he got fired, that we only have over the phone.
No, we saw them in real life as well.
Yeah, earlier. I just, for whatever reason, that was hilarious. I loved him. I love that bit of her being like, what do you mean? It's been 5 hours and you haven't found me. What do you mean? Why am I being fired?
That was amazing, actually. Good for you for coming up with such a cool minor character.
Thanks. Glad you appreciate it.
My favorite minor character. That's hard.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Yeah, there's not a lot of minor characters. I did like the snotty dark-haired girl who was on the other team.
The one who were like, we don't have to worry about Kade.
Yeah, she kind of sucked in a really cool way. She was like Mean Girl sucked.
I can't explain why I actually agree.
Yeah, like she sucked in a way that I was like, you're really pulling up the slack on the like mean crap character who makes things feel like they have bigger stakes, and I'm here for this.
All right. And lastly, we each have to pick a Goo is a minor character. Yeah, but like, come on.
Come on now.
Come on. Very importantly, we have to each pick a favorite drip in this arc about modeling. And what's wild is, for me, it's not the modeling arc that has my favorite drip at all. It's definitely Heavy Metal Unchased. I think she looks rad.
Yeah, mine is the entire band.
Well, there we go.
Let's close.
Moment. Favorite moment. It can't be the obviously hype. It has to be something that feels uniquely special. Here's mine. And it's great. It's so good. Mascot hug.
You actually did a really good job. That is a beautiful moment.
No, my choices today are brilliant.
Oh, I know. Okay, it's a bit weird. Do you know the moment when Untouch is on stage and then everyone is protecting her and
Oh, that's so good. Yeah.
and we have the page that has everybody's name next to their power?
Where all of them are over the explosion that is Tatiana.
Yes, goes unchanged, unchangeable, unchanged, unmove. And it's like 2 full pages of their power pushing against her with people kind of like standing up and running
Looks
away.
so cool.
That was so well done. That it actually showed the urgency and the difficulty of holding in her power. And I thought that was brilliant.
All right. We ready? Oh, big face.
Am I here?
You're here again. Starting at 221, you do the first chapter. First page. We'll go page by page. Bad loop. My soul will remain in you while her soul continues to touch her. That stroke of unluck won't end till you die. I'll do a little... That's so fucking metal. What
I
the
know.
fuck? What
I
the?
know.
That's so goddamn metal.
Now you know why I just wanted to move on.
Now we're officially on. Starting now, we're on he hasn't been around. He doesn't know the world we've been living in. Andy wasn't here for it, but the speed run has been going.
Activating the penalty, Ragnarok.
That is so fuck. All of them fly as pillars of light into Sun, who is the humanoid figure emerging from the ball of fire, which is very, very cool looking. Oh, and God is descending on Stonehenge with all of the rules floating around him. This is so rad.
It's incredible. The next scene is just the sun coming out with all the twisting things all around him and a beam going down to the earth. Now let us begin.
A giant unbreakable shield? The creepy, is that the nun? Yeah, it's the creepy nun and Luck are coming down. Oh, that makes sense because it's Death attacking Undead and Luck attacking Unluck. Yeah. I love Unluck and Undead fighting Death and Luck. I think that's great. Love it.
It's very perfect. They've only got one chance, one opportunity.
Spaghetti.
More static.
Yeah,
no,
it goes.
No. The static on the page.
Yeah, I know. It goes. That's the noise it makes.
No.
Yeah, it goes.
No. Just pay attention to the static panels.
I looked at them. Look, it's static. Was that? And then there's all sorts of little attacks from her hair, from the guys. I don't know this lady. I don't know belt thigh ladies vibe.
Belt thigh lady.
They're gone. Oh, they're not gone. They're shot. So I want to point out something very cool about how this guy draws, because I think most of the time he does this very clean paneling, and it's a little overwhelming. And if this were an action series, I wouldn't like the way he draws big attacks, because he creates this overwhelming weave of texture going between points. But I actually think in Undead Unluck, because the fights aren't about the action and choreography, they're more symbolic. I think this really works because rather than meant to sell exactly what's happening, these big texture barrages are meant to sell vibe and power and momentum. And I think they do a really good job at doing that because the action is really just a storytelling device to move the plot forwards and to tell you the positioning of two characters. And I think these big, overwhelming panels of texture really do that. So I really do like it in this series, even though if it was like Dragon Ball, I'd be like, this sucks. But like, as far as a pairing, adorable little angel baby and like scary nun with big scythe actually look great together. Apocalypse's character arc has been great to watch. Now we see all of the beautiful memories of Adam and Eve together. Static. Can be changed into power. Holy shit, her phase 3 is the coolest. God damn, I want to say all of the expressions on Gina and Change in this fight have been so good. The expressions in this fight have been so over the top. I love it.
I like them.
Gina and Change both look insane through this fight. Look at all the expressions. Change's face being punched. Look at Gina punching. Look at Gina resolved after. And livid Change. These are all so good.
It's wild art.
The art is so peak right now. This is so good. I'm glad we're separating the top 5 because otherwise, I'm going to be honest, the idol and model arc were not going to be included. They were not going to make it.
Hey, so now you feel me.
Look. I understand.
You feel me that I read all this by accident and I was like, do we really need to go through this model arc? Frickin' fight page that I was trying to talk about this entire time. I liked it because we started with time being right up front in our face. And as you look at the panels, the artist moves him back slightly in each panel until he's a thing that's disappearing. And so it's kind of like time being pulled away or stretching.
Oh, yeah.
And time becoming less relevant and taking up less of our time.
I love just leaving the sword inside of Undraw and being like, yeah, I mean, don't worry, I got a new, bigger sword because I'm a Dark Souls boss now.
More fuzzy areas, static.
The perfect counter. The perfect counter.
This time monster and I can go head to head without holding back.
Okay, so he goes to attack them, gets kicked in the face. Are you out of your mind? Just transferred unfade to me. How? What?
What?
But he's not dead. Oh, I guess because the whole point is time allows people to pass on their seat before they die. So time being here allows him to pass on his seat without dying. Oh, he did die once. Soul control. Yeah. I don't know. I almost kept reading because I was so hyped about this line. I can't believe I would be this hyped about Feng.
Yeah, Feng is actually, god damn it, Feng is killing it now. Okay, boom, 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 boom. You think yourselves a pair of goody two shoes. And then they're boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Big sound cannons all blasting over. Oh, Andy's face got cut off for a reason. Ichiko's here.
You're needed!
I will have people become the vessels for them. So the video game thing is probably right, and the negator abilities are just finding a way to turn a bug into a feature. Oh. I'd say this is a tragedy, wouldn't you? That's such a great way of creating a tragedy. The next time we talk about this, it's going to be a series wrap up, it feels like. Like, it's going to be to talk about the series being over.
I think that we don't talk about this a whole bunch today because I think you're right.
I think we don't do another top 5. I finish this drawing in my own time, and the other top 5 is when the series is over.
My whole heart is broken that we're going to be week to week on another manga.
Andy is still up. Andy and Victor are both up.
This is weird.
Ingrained within our members' souls and set them free.
What a panel this is.
God, this
Look
is
at
so
this
built
panel.
up. This is so cool.
The freaking memories flying out in all the directions into each person's life. Oh, that's a panel. I can't believe we got to catch up here. This is such a catch up spot.
Oh my God, this is such a this page. Oh my God, let's read it. Let's go. Oh, he used Injustice to force Time to give his time back. Injustice.
Big sissy, I got sick. A goo. Sick goo. Oh my God, what the shit? Why are we taking this kid into battle?
The 6-year-old captured sick. She did it. I love that Injustice is the best weapon against the Uma because their justice is so simple and straightforward. Their justice is always what their rule is. It is just to carry their rule to make it happen. So when their justice is reversed, they just got to stop using their power and that's all. That's what it does.
Okay, though, but did you notice this amazing, amazing detail in the artwork?
Which one?
Sia, they split her in half and then look at the sword and you'll see Julia's face in it.
This panel also has some pretty amazing cleavage.
Oh my God.
Get it? Because she was cleaved. And because of that, Death misses and cuts Luck in half?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Dude, is the only one we didn't get a phase 3 for Luck? Poor kid. Oh, and Soul.
Bye-bye, Luck.
No. Because this is an amazing joke and it fits your video game theory, but you don't know this.
Okay, go ahead.
Every time you defeat a boss or overcome an obstacle, the sections between two obstacles is referred to as a split. So to compare your performance, you don't just look at, oh, I did 1 second better this run. You would say, well, I gained 5 seconds on split 2. I gained 4 seconds on split 3. I lost 3 seconds on split 6. Yeah, that way you can actually observe your techniques and decisions on each split so you can improve better. This one doesn't count. There's no reading. This doesn't count. But yeah. Oh man.
Oh, that's
the fact that Andy has split into 2 people is crazy.
It's amazing. It's amazing that that we get that ending for Injustice and our angry boy. Look at him. And then we get Undead Unluck. Because we kept being like, oh, that's going to be really hard. And now there's 2 clothies.
Clothy, you rule. Oh, that's beautiful. You can call me Shui. Too late to change now, right? Aw.
And there's the static again. We've had a bunch more of it as well.
I really thought you'd know what the static was, but it's crazy that we haven't had it figured out.
I think that it's part of the video game, that it's the glitching of a video game.
Maybe it's the negators bending how far they can break. Holy shit.
We did have a negator whose name was, what's it called?
If the negators are glitches that are meant to be contained, them pushing their powers is breaking the rules of the game more and more. They are actually breaking the game by becoming stronger and pushing their powers to their limits. Because they are increasing the breadth that are covered by these glitches.
Yes.
Because if the glitches get strong enough to kill God, that's the game breaking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's breaking the game and it's pushing it and turning it into static.
Yeah, it is the glitches breaking the rules. They're actually destroying. Did
we have an undead person named like Undefinition or something, or Undefined or something?
I don't remember.
Am I making that up? I need to do it like this, right?
Unlimited Dead Road. So I feel like what's so cool about this is Victor has pushed the limits of undead, the practical abilities further, the blood jets and everything, whereas Andy has pushed soul control to its absolute limit by using his soul at full force for billions of years.
Now here they are together.
So yeah, this is the 2 aspects of undead pushed to its absolute limits with billions of years of training. See that, Soul? You're up against the last and strongest union. This is such a great chapter to end on.
This has been the best freaking one.
This has been great. I think I'm going to have to finish this in my downtime because I don't think there's anything more we should talk about because we're so close to the end. I think to do top 5, to properly examine this, we kind of need to wait for it to end unless they're doing a fake out thing and this isn't the ending and there's one more arc, in which case we'll meet back again when this arc is over.
Okay, but I say that we do this first. Hey, YouTube, it's Mama Drawk. Subscribe.
Yes, that's so important.
And then the next thing I think we should do is we should talk about our favorite moments so far and maybe drip because it's fair.
Okay. Julia holding, crying, shrunken down Apocalypse before it gives her memories back.
Okay, that was amazing. My favorite is Rip coming and unrepairing them so that they get to be two people still.
Yeah, that's great.
It hit my whole romantic heart.
And then for Drip, I'm debating War Phase 3 and Change Phase 3 to BH.
I'm going to be honest, it's War Phase 3.
Okay, then I'll do Change. Those are the only two I was debating. Whoop. The next time we're talking about this is either the finale or there's a surprise extra arc. Next week, we get to talk about Berserk.
I can't believe we're starting Berserk, and people are going to have struggles with it.
Yep, it's going to be great.
The thing on your screen right now looks like robot love.
You chill. What do you think, Clothy? I think it's fine.
Clothy, master of the undercell. Rah, rah, rah.
I've been unfiltered.
Oh, and I've been unhinged.
And until next time,
Squish on, squishies.
it's been lovely drawing to you. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. Wait, I'm not done. And like. I always forget to say like now.